water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Take your breath. Now, grab your glass for some water. Lift your container of that water. Lift that container of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now, move your body and drink some water. Stretch. Move your body, drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Family, move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, move, then drink. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, raise, toast, then drink. Man. Now take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. Maybe we should say, breathe, drink, eat, move. Y'all know those are the 4 pillars. Drink half your body in ounces, half your weight up. Drink your breath. Oh my God, take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink up. What's up, shorty? Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water, family. Good morning, good morning, good morning to each and every last one of y'all. Kind of running a little bit late, but hey, it is what it is. It is. We are what we are, and I'm not mad. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you check out our free e-course. Of course, got to keep it up in the spotlight. Get the philosophy behind. Hey, y'all better learn some tribe building, because I'm about to read an article for you. Talking about some of the stuff might be coming down the pike. Oh, man, let me go and share this with y'all real quick. Y'all listen. All right, let's get over here. Let's look at this article here. The Great Pumpkin is on the town hall, and I want to read this article real quick, just a little bit of it, maybe the whole thing, I don't know. But today we toasted. Still got that green tea. I have not put the honey in there yet. I don't know why. Well, I got the honey maybe 2 days ago. I just been lazy. Well, really, I've been moving. All right. This is from an article from a news magazine called Town Hall. It's a Scott Moorfield writing it. It popped up on my news timeline. And, I don't know the validity of Town Hall. But the name of the article, Are We Headed Towards a Second Civil War? What? Hold on. Next to a nuclear strike, foreign invasion, or global pandemic, it's hard to imagine something as bone-chillingly terrifying as a second hot civil war. The first one was bad enough. What with the endless carnage and deaths of over 620,000 soldiers in a time when the U.S. was sparsely populated and wartime technology was in its relative infancy, at least compared to today. Even if the military withheld its most destructive weapons, a modern hot civil war would be disastrous on a scale that's barely imaginable. It's a prospect no sane person wants, even on the fringe of the right or the left. Yet in today's polarized age, most people now genuinely believe civil war to be a very real possibility. Let's see where he's getting this stuff from. An October Georgetown Institute poll found that the average American believes that we are 2/3 of the way to the edge of a civil war, while a solid majority believes that politically, racially, and class divisions are getting worse. From where I'm sitting, it sure seems that way, and it's a topic that's getting an increasing amount of coverage in the media from both conservative and liberal perspectives. The Atlantic devoted its entire December issue to the topic of how to stop a civil war. Interestingly, it includes an article relating how marriage counseling techniques can help bring some sense of mutual understanding to people on both sides of the political spectrum. Because in truth, the kind of contempt that research says ends marriages for good, the kind that left and right clearly have for each other these days could very well end our nation. In an article for the American Conservative titled Civil War Begins When a Constitutional Order Breaks Down, Michael Vlas writes of a daily torrent of unfiltered evidence that suggests that our constitutional order is fissuring before our eyes. Leftist author Joseph Natali, writing for Counterpunch about the looming shadow of civil war, sardonically but accurately described how conservatives see the ideological opposition. Liberals retain the old tax and spend baby-killing on-demand profile taken from working Americans and given to lazy shirkers and on-the-way killing babies. The profile grows darker. Gay marriage, gender choice, LGBTQ rights, amnesty to illegal aliens, open borders, confiscation of guns, cars, cattle, Jesus, Robert E. Lee, and white privilege. The extreme left and the progressives have a thinner profile, communist. Oh my God. Oh my God. Somebody look up Town Hall, see what the hell this is. The left then, according to Natali, sees Trump supporters as being motivated by ignorance and stupidity at the top of the list, followed by racist, bigoted, misogynist, homophobic. In brief, if you voted for Trump, you were a troglodyte with a gun. Now, which of those characterizations appears more accurate and which are just a personal attack? Does the left not favor abortion, tax, and spend, gun confiscation, and open borders? Don't they, for example, incessantly yammer on about the ridiculous non-existent concept of white privilege is non-existent? It don't exist? What? Oh, my life has been a waste. I've been chasing a unicorn. It don't exist. Town hall. Shut up. The only thing slightly offensive to some might be the communist label, but many on the more extreme left likely only publicly excuse that label for fear of turning people off. So according to this guy, a lot of leftists are secretly communists. All right, let's see what he say. Trump supporters, of course, don't cotton. He used the word cotton. Trump supporters, of course, don't cotton to the idea of being labeled as racist. Wait, they don't cotton to the idea of being labeled as racist. All right. There's bigoted, misogynist, and homophobic, not to mention ignorant and stupid, by condescending virtue, signaling left is full of their own self-denied morality. Yet at least for now, we are all in the same boat, as HBO host Bill Maher pointed out in a somewhat joking, mostly serious Real Time with Bill Maher segment on Friday night. To Maher, the single shining truth about democracy is sharing the country with assholes you can't stand. In the same way, families don't typically choose their Thanksgiving dinner guests. Sure, we all know who's talking about when it comes to assholes, but that doesn't negate the overall point. You don't get to choose the guests because those freaks are your family. Mayor joked. Think about the next time you think you can own someone politically. Think about how you can see politics so differently from people who share your very blood. The HBO's lamented the desire on both sides to own the opposition, a tactic that never actually changes minds, before grimly observing that while a second civil war may sound impossible, it actually is not. Then the comedian like Natoli juxtaposed how both sides see each other. We all talk about Trump as an extremist threat, but his side sees Democrats' control of government the exact same way. And when both sides believe the other guy taking over means the end of the world, yes, you can have a civil war. Alright, but that article is there. I'm not going to read the rest of it, but you go and you can check it out. And then you can look up some other articles. Just type in Second Civil War. Quite sure a bunch of articles will pop up to keep you entertained. Are you not entertained? You know what I'm saying? I mean, oh my God. Woo. Lord have mercy, because you got to just, you got to stay on top of this stuff and just see what's out there. But family, I'm telling y'all, tribe up. You never know. You never know when some crazy shit might happen on this planet. You want to make sure that you are ready and your family is protected. You know what I'm saying? Your group is protected. All right, so let's go and get down to the toast because we're running late. I got to iron these clothes, get Cleve off to school. What a great day. We expecting a great day. So first off, we raise our glass to the Creator by whatever name you choose. Call that Creator. We raise our glass to the Creator, and we say, Ashe. From there, family, what do we head? We head to our list of our loving ancestors, and we raise the glass, the ancestors that unite us. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert and Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, hold on. We got some. All right. Shouts out to Miss Tony. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. Shouts out to Brother Shaka. Where we at? Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert Texana Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilly, Georgia William Walter, Chris Penny, Gaston, Aunt Lean, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland and Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, LeVar Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara 2X, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallar, Montague Pittman, El Normo, X, Pet Mott, Ron Malik of Gore, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusef Weston, Elder Ageni, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling Lucy Wright, there, Gail Pullian, the Luxor brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Danny Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, FY, veterans don't need to take a class or pay a fee for CCW. Just show DD 214. Okay. Johnny Smith, Lewis Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sir Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melville Hodge, Melville Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clayburg, B.D. Sell, Weller, Vita Farmer, Agoso Sue, Shil Harvey, Charmaine, Evelyn Theodolus Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keechler Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Zero Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bolden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kenty, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quails, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quails, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Delrita Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Harry Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Elder Amatet Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Ellen Ohio, Frankie Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Fred Douglas Triggs II, Vena Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy M. Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Denny Monares, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigella Parrish, Elder Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Denise Waters, DeFriedis Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scanterberry, Wilson Haley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Kevin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Ella Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pena Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Neil Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Ewan Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kim Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Eno Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Artie Casey, Thomas Cooper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Danny Harris, Eva Ford, James Hairston, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heath Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erleton Houston, Led Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, Ann Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey, Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Baba Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Captain Anthony, Ruth Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Dan Urban, Hiram Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rayshawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarin Coper, George Swan, Emania Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Everett McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. We got Joella Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis, Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shank Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damon Todd, Christina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trash, Denise Goray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid is in transition, Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gant, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruth Elaine Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Monker III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Jashandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henriette II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Alauti Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem Nkomo, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Creamy Mackey, Victor Bowden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, T.Lar Woods, Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Andy Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Nettie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samanda Damon, Ethel Marshall. We got Steve Dougie Shelton. We got William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, and Kim Gray. Family, raising up our glass for all of our ancestors. We say, I say, where we go from there, family? Where we go from there? Where we go from there is very simple. We move from our ancestors, from the past to the present moment. We lift up this moment and we give a round of applause to all of the Umoja babies. Whoa, man. We are to another fabulous week and another week behind on this newsletter, man. Family, I'm trying. I got an article I'm struggling with. And I'm trying to figure out how to do it, or maybe I might need to turn it into an ebook. I don't know, but it just keeps growing on me, and I have to go and erase some stuff. I come up with new thoughts, so I'm trying to get that together. We got a few other articles in there, as well as the posts from the Facebook where I'm gonna do some extension on some of those. But I don't know how I got on that. But we are in the moment. We lift up our glass to this moment. We salute this moment. Shouts out to all the Umoja babies, family. In this moment, we have to keep our pact with our ancestors who left us the inheritance of the time that we have and the space that we have to operate. And we need to maximize this space, maximize this time, and extend our territory so that our children will have room to build their monuments to greatness, where they will have their time, right? You hear this talk, I read the little article, little talk about the civil wars and stuff like that, and anything is possible. Let's just put it that way. But family, we need to make sure that we protect our legacy. We protect our future generations, right? So that, one of the things we do to do that is, one, we solidify ourselves by toasting our ancestors on a daily basis. From moving into our ancestors, we move into this moment, and we salute ourselves in this moment because we have been blessed with this moment so that we can move and make improvements. So in this moment, family, I want you to activate your reticular formation. We are going out and we are looking for unity. Unity all around us. Around us, it's flowing. All you got to do is take a picture of it, snap a shot of it, share it up on Gye-Nyame Journey's timeline. Find an article, find a picture, find an idea, find a video, Find something. Find individuals acting in unity. Take the picture and hashtag Umoja. Hashtag Umoja found. Hashtag Umoja, Umoja Day. Hashtag Umoja Baby. I don't, it's on you, right? But just, share it on your timeline. Share it on our timeline. We need to take time to find our principles. So we raise our glass up. For those who don't speak the language, Umoja means unity. Lift up our glass. The modic principle of the day is truth. The color is violet. Mentalism is the hermetic law of the day. Kwojo is the male name for the day. And Ajua is the female name of the day. We raise up our glass, we salute, and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move on to our children, our children's children, on to into infinity. We raise up our glass, and we say, Ashe. Next, we move on. Where do we go? Where you go, Brother Tim? From here, we're going to move on, and we're going to move to all of our relations, and we raise up our glass, and we salute all of our relations. From all of our relations, family, we move on to that selfish toast. This is that toast for you. What is it that you need in this moment to move towards greatness? We lift it up, and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move to the most beautiful, uplifting, outstanding, wise, strong, and beautiful, most beautiful person in the room. We raise our glass up to you, we salute you, and we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. And I'm going to sip on a little bit of this, make sure it's ready. Let's see how we doing. Oh, yeah, it's ready. Yeah, y'all. Yes, yes, y'all. And you don't stop. I think this is gonna be a great batch. Yes, Lord. Get your orders in, family. Get your orders in. Damn. Dry. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so now we got to add the honey and let the honey do its work. So, family, I want to say thank you for tuning in. I appreciate each and every last one. Y'all remember to support Gye-Nyame Journey. You can hit up our tip jar. You go to gnjmedia.live/tip, TIP, right? Or you go to our Cash App. Cash sign, capital G, capital N, capital J, capital M, EDIA. EDIA is small, of course, right? So, family, I want to thank you. Mr. Little Ty, thank y'all for being supportive. It seems like his growth is stunning, but he might have grew just a little bit. He been high and he been kind of saying, but I ain't gonna never grow to the full size. I say, don't give up on yourself, Mr. Little Ty. Don't do it. Don't give up on yourself. You can do it. You can do it. All right, family, this is Brother Tim, and I'm out.